American Chavez is dead and buried. Find out what other changes happened in this latest patch, as I hereby summon all my imps to join me on my adventures through Marvel Snap. Hey everybody, it's Annabelle. This is a big, huge, gigantic patch, so it's going to be a little bit of a while for me to go through it. 6 new features, 3 buffs, 6 nerfs, 6 rule changes, and 46 text changes that I'm not going to go over. So let's talk about the features, and then we'll talk about the nerf, then we'll go into the buff. So the first change that happened is the deck builder is now here. The deck builder is a feature, it's over here. You can click on a specific card to add it to the deck like you used to. Or you can just make a deck out of the actual card by clicking make a deck. Now, just to show you how good or bad these decks kind of are, I'm going to take myself off the screen for just a second here. And show you what it thinks a good deck for American Chavez is. It's still putting it in the traditional destroy deck, where the whole idea was to keep American Chavez as a 6-drop and to thin out your deck. So it hasn't quite got up to knowing what the best thing is with the newest patch. Right. Next thing on here is going to be the albums. Albums are up in this corner here. There are 3 current albums at this time. There's a Venomized variant. There's the Jim Lee X-Men. And there's the Dan Tip. You will get rewards at 3, 6, 9, and 12. So this will be the 3, the 6, the 9, and the 12 reward. I've done a full video on what I think of these albums, but long story short, is that you have to get the specific card in there, so you have to own this Venomized variant in order to get the credit for it. If you want to see more on my ideas and my thoughts on the albums, I made a video about it yesterday that you can go check out. Next up, we have what is called the Spotlight Avatar Frame. So now when you go and you make a deck, and you go into your avatar, some will have this nice little pretty frame around it. That's the Spotlight Avatar Frame. See how my kitty has it, and my Galactus has it, and my King has it, but my American Chavez doesn't. You can also set your avatars to favorites, your card backs to favorites, your titles to favorites. And when you do, and you make a brand new deck, it'll use what your favorite for the back, the avatar, and the title. And that's the auto pick favorites for new deck feature. Get rid of some of these ones here. And now there's also a place in there when you go through stuff where you can change your emotes. These are where your emotes are going to be. If you're wondering where your emotes have gone to or where you find them, they're down here. You get this slot in 3. You can just change them by clicking on them and clicking on the other one, hitting equip. That'll change your avatars in here. Right now, the only way to get avatars is through the album feature. So the ones that you have are this venom that's licking a spider lollipop. This Magneto that's basically saying, come on. Or bring it on, I should say. And this Cosmo that's just got some cool sunglasses on it. The last thing on here is what's known as the Featured Mystery Variant. So now in the shop in this upper right hand corner, the Featured Mystery Variant will have a higher percentage of having whatever dot is in this corner. So this one would have a higher percentage of having a Venomized variant in it for the villain deck for your album. Now, for the rest of all the cards in here, if you see a little stamp that kind of looks like this, it'll be blue and it'll be in the upper left-hand corner. That means it's part of your album. So if you're wondering what that means that's what it's for. Alright, so let's talk about the Nerf. So, we're gonna talk about the biggest Nerf in here that has happened. And that's gotta be the American Chavez. They took the American Chavez and they buried her deep in the ground. So deep in the ground that I'm not sure she's seen play for sometime soon. American Chavez got changed from a 6/5 that stayed in your deck until turn 6, making your deck basically an 11-card deck for all intents and purposes, to a 2/3 that now, when you play it, has an on-reveal effect that the next card you play, or next card you draw, I should say, is going to have +2 power. This basically makes her barely as good as a Ford right now. So that's how mighty she has fallen. Even looking at some of the other 2-drops that she gets to play with, she's basically almost the opposite of Baron Mordo. Where Baron Mordo's a 2/3, it draws your opponent card and sets it to 2. You're almost better off playing in a Okoye in almost every situation. That'll give +1 to every card in your deck. And because you don't know the next card you're drawing unless you get forward to dock, you're taking a real chance that that'll be worth it. I'm not sure where this is being played, I'm not sure how this is being played anymore. I'm sure somebody will try to find a deck for it, but right now, don't use the autofiller to come up with that deck because it doesn't understand what you need. But if you look at it right now, it's just putting it into the normal destroy deck, discard deck. Next up, we've got the big gas cloud. Elias has been changed from a 6/3 to a 6/2. On top of that, he has had his text change, or it has had his text change, I should say, to make it so that it only works on cards that haven't been revealed yet. Now, just so that everybody's clear, any card that isn't revealed, this will destroy. Not just any card that was put this turn and hasn't been revealed. So if you're playing this on, say, a Invisible Woman, it'll kill every card there. If you're playing this on Dark Dimension, it'll kill every card there. So, it's not just a turn, but it's for only what has not been revealed yet. Okay, oh my. Luke Cage got changed from a 2 power to a 3 power, which would normally be a buff for him. But he now only works in the lane that you play him in. So if you're trying to put him in a lane where he doesn't belong, and hoping that he'll change something like negative zone, even though he's not in negative zone, not gonna work anymore. Next up, Alpha Bloodstone. Alpha Bloodstone got changed from a 2 power to a 3 power, normally a buff for her. But now she only works in the lane that you play her in. Still kind of interesting for Kitty Pryde. But other than that, not sure how many other cards are going to really help out with that. Next up, you've got Shadow King. Shadow King got changed from 3 top power to 2 power. Other than that, everything stayed the same. Now let's talk about the buffs that happen. Buffs are small, but they're interesting. First buff that we have up is going to be Kitty Pryde. Got changed from a 0 power to a 1 power. Other than that, she stays exactly the same. Next up, we have a really interesting weird one. We have Black Knight, but it's not actually Black Knight himself. It's his blade. His blade, it looks exactly the same, except now it's got Colossus's text box. So this is what Colossus looks like, this is what his text box looks like. So now the ebony blade, it can't be destroyed, and can't be moved. It can't have his power reduced? Actually, I think it can still be moved. Let me double check on that. Can't be destroyed and its power can't be reduced. So it can still be moved. But it can't be destroyed or its power reduced. It's almost a Colossus. The next one up that we have for us is one that I'm really happy to look for because it's coming up in a cast soon. Is Ravonna Renslayer. Ravonna Renslayer went from a 1 power card to a 3 power card, so actually got a 2 power boost power. Other than that, she stays exactly the same. Those are the nerfs in the box. And we're only about halfway done. Okay, now there are some play changes, as I'm going to call them. Rule changes, I should say. Most of these don't do a lot, but some of them do, so I'm going to go over them real quick. First up, Thanos. Yellowstone got changed, the Mind Stone. Instead of drawing you 2 stone cards, it now draws you 2 1-drop cards. The whole reason this got changed is because they are thinking about adding locations and other cards in the future that might let you get random stones. And if you used to get this one was a complete whiff. if they're going to do that, they also have to change the Power Stone at some point. Every other stone's fine with that. Next up, we have some changes to how move works. Or I should say anti-move works. The first one we have up for us in the rule thing is Spider-Man. Spider-Man looks exactly the same, but he will now not move a card if it's upside down. So if you don't see the card, it won't move the card. So technically a nerf to Spider-Man, but this is how move's gonna basically work going forward. Next up for us, we have Stegron. Stegron is got a slight buff from a 5 power to a 6 power, but he powers Spider-Man's rule, where he won't move an upside down card. Next up on the move change list is Juggernaut. Juggernaut looks exactly the same, acts exactly the same, but technically this is now a buff, because he's one of the few cards who will bump something out of the lane even if it's upside down. Last one on the move change is Arrow. Arrow has gotten changed so that she got plus an energy because she went from 8 to 9 power. I just say plus a power. But she now works like Spider-Man, where she'll only take a card if it's right side up and won't take a card if it's upside down. Those are the main changes to move. It's how move's going to work for all intents and purposes going forward, where it won't touch something that's upside down unless it says exactly that it will on the card. So now 2 bug changes. Normally I don't talk about bug changes, but these are 2 big ones. First up, we have the Phoenix Force. Phoenix Force will now move a card if it copies it. So that means if you use Autumnville on Phoenix Force, you'll be able to move both of the Phoenix Forces. Assuming that's if you can trigger the Phoenix Force. If you didn't trigger the Phoenix Force, it still won't move anything, but if you trigger it, and then like get this Autumnville, you'll now have 2 things that you can move. This is huge with multiple man. So now on turn 2, if you played on multiple man, kill him on 3, play the Phoenix on 4. On turn 5, you'll have 2 multiple men to move. So now you have 2, and then on turn 6, you'll have 4 things that you can move. Big kind of change for multiple legs, big thing in Phoenix Force. With how it was always supposed to work, this was always bugged. And last but not least, by any stretch of the imagination, Daredevil has been fixed. He now sees the card, even on mobile devices. So no longer do you have to squint and get close to your screen to see it. He just works the way he's supposed to. There were 46 text changes. They just changed how cards are done. But other than that, the cards work exactly the same. If you want to see all the text changes, I will leave a link to the actual article where you can read it all. but most of it's just simple text changes. Like, for example, I'll do a quick one for you. We'll go with armor. That got changed. So now armor reads on itself. This here can't be destroyed. So it works exactly the same. They're just trying to make each card a little bit simpler and take out as many words as they can, trying to get back to the rule of 7. So that's everything that's changed in this huge, gigantic patch. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and as always, remember, play for fun.